Hey, what's going on, folks? Merry Christmas from Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram here at Blitzball Champ Gaming to each and every one of y'all. Hope everybody has enjoyed their day. Hope they got a chance to eat some good food, spend time with family and friends, and remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. But I hope everybody's doing well, enjoying Christmas. I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about two things. One, wanted to talk a little bit about the disbanding of Suzuki-gun, which just recently happened this past December 23rd. And also, I decided to check something out. Shout out to a good friend of mine, Big Fella Thanks, that I met through the DPW show. He suggested that I check out the recent Tomoka Inaba versus Suzu Suzuki match that took place at the event, the TAKA Taichi 50th anniversary event, which I had learned that it featured some of the folks from New Japan Pro Wrestling, other promotions as well, and was a just tap out event. You know, professional wrestling just tap out, and it was a promotion that I started to dabble in a little bit, because you know they've had a few folks wrestle in a few of the Stardom New Blood shows like Rhythm, Misa Kagura, Tomoka Inaba, Aoi. So I figured, you know, I would like to learn a little bit more, you know, explore some other promotions that I haven't really gotten a chance to check out and watch consistently, you know what I mean? So with that, plus, you know, my friend's suggestion of this match, I figured, you know what? Let me order this pay-per-view, which was on New Japan Pro Wrestling World. I was like, yeah, let me order this pay-per-view and let me just check out the show. Let me just check out the whole show in its entirety. So I wanted to jump on here and actually do a review of it, give my thoughts on the Taka Taichi 50th anniversary special by New Japan Pro Wrestling and Just Tap Out. So it was a pretty decent show. It was actually a pretty decent show, and got to check out some talent that I've never seen before. So hey, so win-win. So let me go over the card and just give my thoughts. So we first started off with we had an 8-man tag team match. On one team, we had the team of Ren Ayabe, Fire Katsumi, Jumonji Akira, and Eagle Mask, taking on the team of Ryuuya Takekura, Ibuki, Genta Yubari, and a familiar face, Yoshitatsu. Y'all remember Yoshitatsu? Wrestled for a good bit via NXT and also ECW back in WWE. Yoshitatsu, actually one of my favorite matches of him was when he faced Christian for the ECW Championship. That was a great match. One of my favorite matches of his. But I believe Yoshitatsu is currently wrestling for All Japan Pro Wrestling. But yeah, it was good to see him on this card. So I was like, oh snap, Yoshitatsu. So it was really cool to see this match. And you know what? It was a pretty good match. I felt like all 8 superstars looked cool. I was really digging some of the ones like Fire Katsumi. I really liked Jumonji Akira. Eagle Mask was pretty cool. You know, did that high-flying lucha style. Ryuuya Takekura I thought looked really strong. And of course, you know, I was rooting for my bro Yoshitatsu. But overall, pretty good match. And Fire Katsumi got the victory for his team by submitting Ibuki with an arm-trapped Boston Crab. He had him hooked up in the Boston Crab quite a couple of times and was able to hang in there, but after doing enough damage and keeping the others from getting into the ring, he was able to hook it in one more time with the arms trapped as well, and Ibuki submitted. So Fire Katsumi gets the victory for his team. Good opening match. Definitely a good opening match. Next up, we had the ladies in action. We had a 6-woman tag team match. This had the team of Yu Yamagata, Sumika Yanagawa, and Misa Kagura taking on the team of Aoi, Rhythm, and HisokA. Of course, I remember seeing Misa Kagura. She competed on Stardom New Blood. I believe it was New Blood number 3. She teamed up with Tomoka, Inaba, and Aoi. So I was already familiar with her. I've seen a couple of her matches. Sumika Yanagawa I thought was really cool. I thought she was really cool. Yu Yamagata, also first time as well. She kind of reminded me a little bit of a Meiko Satomura-like wrestler, so to speak. And of course, Aoi, that's my girl. I love Aoi. Rhythm's pretty cool. Got to see her. She recently, I believe she wrestled at the most recent New Blood. I believe it was against Momokogo, if I remember correctly. And then HisokA, I thought she was pretty cool as well. This was a match I really enjoyed. I felt like all 6 ladies looked great. Definitely was cool to learn about some of the others. I was really digging Sumika Yanagawa, and she actually ended up getting the victory for her team. She actually pinned HisokA after hitting kind of like a running X Factor. But yeah, it was a great match, although I was pulling for Aoi, Rhythm, and HisokA to win. But, I'm always down for learning about new talent and seeing them in action, and this was definitely no disappointment. So, yeah, this was a good match, good 6-woman tag team match, and it was just really good to see Rhythm, Aoi, and Misa Kagura wrestle again. So, good stuff. Next up, oh man, we had the match. We had a killer special singles match. We had the Queen of JTO champion, Tomoka Inaba, taking on Prominence's Suzu Suzuki. And I tell you, this match was definitely a match of the year candidate in my book. Like, these 2 young ladies tore the roof off the place. Both these ladies, around the same age. I think Tomoka may be a little bit older, maybe by like a month or 2. But both these ladies, 20 years old. And I tell you, these ladies tore each other up. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal match. Like, strikes, all sorts of power moves. I mean, it was really back and forth. Tomoka working those kicks. And of course, Suzu was being a bully, hitting some German suplexes. She hit the tequila shot as well. Just both ladies looked superiorly strong in this match. And I tell you, they brought the heat. They brought the pain. Honestly, I thought it was going to go to a time limit draw. But came really, really close. But the Queen of JTO, Tomoka Inaba, was able to finally, even after a couple of PKs, still wasn't able to finish off Suzu. But after a jumping roundhouse kick to the head, she was finally able to put away Suzu Suzuki and pick up the victory with the pin after that jumping roundhouse kick. But honestly, either of these 2 ladies could have won that match. And they tore the house down. That was definitely the best match on the card. And it was really cool to see both of them shake hands after the match. So, but yeah, I tell you, Tomoka Inaba, Suzu Suzuki, these ladies are the future, for sure. These ladies are the future. I don't know if Tomoka Inaba is officially signed to Stardom. If not, she might be on her way to being signed to Stardom. We'll have to wait and see, but she could really blow up at Stardom. And I know Suzu, I believe mostly is freelancer, part of Prominence, but I think it's mostly freelancer. But still, I could see these ladies' futures being so bright. So bright. They're both young. They have a lot ahead of them. I can't wait to see what's in store for the both of them. Tomoka and Inaba, Suzu Suzuki. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, moving on. We had a tag team match that pretty much ended up being a no DQ, anything goes, weapons, no holds barred, all that sort of thing. It was the team of Suzuki-gun's DOUKI and Minoru Suzuki taking on Jun Kasai and Tomoaki Honma. Which, of course, Honma we've seen quite a bit on New Japan Pro Wrestling. But yeah. And apparently Jun Kasai is from Pro Wrestling Freedom, which I'm not too familiar with. But yeah. But yeah, and I tell you, Jun Kasai and Minoru Suzuki, they went back and forth quite a lot in this match. I mean, both got bloodied up. Tomoaki Honma also got bloodied up, and this was a pretty insane match. I mean, we saw chairs being used, we saw a fork being used, we saw those thin sticks being jammed into the head of Jun Kasai and had him sticking out for a while. I was like, goodness gracious. Yeah, it was crazy. Just all sorts of carnage. A lot of biting too. A lot of biting in this match. I'm like, ugh, goodness gracious. But this match was wild. This match was really wild. But Minoru Suzuki was able to get the victory with a sleeper hold on Tomoaki Honma. Took quite a while, but was able to finally sink the hold in for him to pass out and get the victory for him and DOUKI. But insane match. Definitely an insane match. And, it was good. It was good. Overall, it was good. Okay, next up, we had another tag team match, which it was kind of... I wasn't a fan of how it ended, because I feel like it didn't really last that long. But, it was another tag team match. It was the team of Daisuke Sasaki and MJ Paul from DDT taking on Suzuki-gun's El Desperado and Lance Archer. And like I said, it didn't feel like it was that long of a match, to be honest with you, but it was okay. It was okay. I can't really say there was a whole lot of highlights, but at the end of the day, Daisuke hits Desperado with a chair and pretty much got himself disqualified and was trying to rip off the mask of El Desperado, which he eventually did and even put the mask on himself. But El Desperado, after the match, was able to get his mask back after hitting Daisuke with a low blow and taking the mask back. But yeah, it was an okay match. I just wasn't really feeling the length of it and just the DQ finish. I wasn't really feeling that. But I mean, it is what it is. And then they had this I guess this J-pop band of like a whole bunch of ladies in dresses coming down and performing. I think they said it was called Ready to Kiss, or maybe the song was called Ready to Kiss. I don't know, but I just saw that pop up on the screen. So they had some performance. Also, El Desperado was on special guest commentary afterwards, and Milano Collection AT was on commentary for this event as well. We had a we had another special singles match where we had apparently there's a million yen prize, which I guess this ended up being a best. I don't know. Like, according to the site, it was listed as if you return the nameless Hiromu Roll or Michinoku Driver II, you'll win a million yen prize. And it's at least 3 matches. So kind of interesting rules, but it was Taka Michinoku versus Hiromu Takahashi, and it was quite interesting. It was really an interesting match. Hiromu got the pin rather quick and early, and which he pretty much hit him with that Hiromu roll to roll up Taka, which didn't take long for that to happen. And then they had the second fall. Actually, Hiromu got Taka once again a little bit later in the match. You know, the second fall took a little bit longer, but Taka made a good effort. You know, I thought he was about to get a tap out with a just face lock, but didn't happen. But Hiromu was able to put him away with a time bomb 2 to win the match. And I take it, I guess he wins the 1 million yen. I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was really weird. But it was quite an interesting matchup between the two. That's for sure. But it was just really a bummer that Taka took that first pinfall rather early. But it is what it is. Decent match. You know, I like both. I like Taka Michinoku. Been following him since WWE when he was, you know, light heavyweight champion and all that jazz. And Hiromu Takahashi of LIJ. Wow, had a brain fart. And then the main event came down to a Osaka Shinsaibashi Izakaya Hisa presents. That's what the site says. It says it was a Takaki Last Man Standing Lumberjack Death Match, KOPW's 2022 Scramble, which I didn't really see much of the death match part in this match, but it's in the title. It's in the title. But it was Shingo Takagi, who was the current holder of the KOPW trophy, taking on Taichi. And apparently the way this worked, just following along with how this match went, if you get pinned, then the ref counts to 10. If you can't answer the 10 count, then you lose. But you only see the ref count to 10 after a pinfall. Apparently that's how this was looking. So it was quite an intense match. Back and forth for sure. Which these two have been feuding quite a number of times. So this is nothing really new. But the way things went, Shingo got the first pin. Taichi answered the 10 count. Taichi got the second pin. Shingo answered the 10 count. Shingo got the third pin. Taichi answered the 10 count. Taichi got the fourth pin. Shingo answered the 10 count. Then both were pinned at the same time with how they were draped over each other. So it was a double pin. Both get up and answer the 10 count. Taichi gets the sixth pin. Shingo answers the 10 count. But then Shingo, on the seventh pin attempt, after hitting a Last of the Dragons, Taichi was not able to answer the 10 count in time. Therefore, Shingo is your winner. But overall, it was a great match. It was definitely a great match, back and forth, very hard hitting from both Taichi and Shingo Takagi. But in the end, Shingo was able to outlast Taichi and was able to pick up the victory. But it was definitely a really great match. Really great match. But I have to say, Tomoka Inaba versus Suzu Suzuki was definitely my favorite match and I think was the best match on the card, personally. But you'll have to let me know what y'all think. And for those that haven't checked out this event that has NJPW World, I would highly suggest check it out. Definitely check it out. It's a pay-per-view you can get through NJPW World. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. And I got to learn a little bit more about some of the other superstars I'm not familiar with, especially through Just Tap Out. So I thought it was good. Thought it was really good. Definitely enjoyed it. And also, I wanted to talk a little bit about Suzuki-gun. So, it was announced pretty much at the Super Junior and World Tag League Finals that Suzuki-gun would be disbanding at the end of the year. And their last match as a faction was December 23rd. Was very unexpected. Very unexpected. But, you know, I guess it's just that time where I guess it's time for everybody to go their separate ways and do their own thing. Now, of course, the last match, it was an 8-man tag team match, which the team of DOUKI, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi defeated Lance Archer, El Desperado, Taka Michinoku, Minoru Suzuki. But, you know, it was really good to see them share one last moment together in the ring. And, you know, Suzuki-gun has come a long way. And, you know, we got to remember the history. You know, originally, before Suzuki-gun was born, it used to be Kojima-gun. Which, when it was Kojima-gun, Satoshi Kojima was the leader. And the members you had Taka Michinoku, you had Taichi, you had Nosawa Rungai, you even had MVP. That's right, MVP, Montel Vontavious Porter. Even he was part of Kojima-gun. But then, you know, eventually Minoru Suzuki took over and turned it to Suzuki-gun. And Suzuki-gun ended up having quite a roster of talent through the history of their faction. I mean, you had folks like Black Tiger. You had Black Tiger 7. You had, of course, Killer Elite Squad, Lance Archer, Davey Boy Smith Jr., DOUKI, El Desperado, Hiro Tonai, Kingo Mashimo. You even had Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin was with Suzuki-gun as well. Taichi, Taka Michinoku, Takashi Iizuka, who retired a couple of years ago, I believe. I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago. Takashi Sugiura, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Zack Sabre Jr., Yoshihiro Takayama. I mean, they had a pretty loaded faction. And just the barrage of talent that they've had, you know, throughout the years of Suzuki-gun were very, very strong. Very strong. But, you know, you gotta give it credit. Gotta give it credit. I mean, the faction definitely lasted a long time. I mean, from 2011 to 2022, that's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. And, you know, they've gone through a lot. You know, they've gone through a lot. They feuded with Chaos. I think, if I remember correctly, they had an angle where they invaded. It was either All Japan Pro Wrestling or Pro Wrestling Noah. I think it was Noah. If I remember correctly, I think it was Noah. But yeah, like, a lot of history behind Suzuki-gun. And, you know, it'll be really weird. It'll be really weird now that they're disbanded. You know what I mean? And I actually got a chance to meet Minoru Suzuki when he wrestled in PWX in Concord, North Carolina. He was in the main event, wrestled against Anthony Henry, which was a phenomenal match. But, yeah, got a chance to meet him. He was on the meet and greet, so that was really cool. And it makes me wonder if Minoru Suzuki is eventually going to retire. Perhaps, maybe that's why this happened. I don't know. Maybe this is the first step. I don't know, but I mean we'll have to see what happens. I mean your final roster of Suzuki-gun before disbanding. I mean you had Minoru Suzuki, Taka Michinoku, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, DOUKI, El Desperado, Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, Lance Archer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm very curious. I'm just very curious to see what happens next with each of these individuals. You know what I mean? I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all see them going solo for a long time? Do you see some of them joining other factions? What do y'all think? It'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, like I was thinking about maybe the possibility of either maybe DOUKI or El Desperado and LIJ, or I don't know. It's hard to say. Or maybe, you know, Zack Sabre Jr. joins United Empire. I don't know. But I feel like they're probably gonna go solo for a while. Just for a while. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It'll be very interesting. Be very interesting. But yeah, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What did y'all think about the Taka Michinoku Taichi 50th anniversary show? And also, how do y'all feel about the disbanding of Suzuki-gun? Who are some of your favorite members of Suzuki-gun? How did you feel about the faction in general? You know, where do you see the remaining members before the disbandment? Where do you see them going? What do you think is next for them? But yeah, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're at it. And thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Definitely check out that show. And Merry Christmas once again. Hope everybody enjoys this upcoming week. And for another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Take care, y'all, and I will catch you next time. God bless. Peace.